Imagine waking up tomorrow as the best version of yourself. You exercise every day. You never procrastinate. You read books, eat healthy, stay focused, and achieve every goal you've ever dreamed of. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the problem. If you tried to become that person overnight, you'd probably fail. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, but because your brain is designed to resist sudden change. So why do some people become better every single year, while others stay trapped in the same cycle of starting over? The answer isn't motivation. It isn't talent. It's a simple Japanese philosophy that has quietly changed millions of lives. It's called Kaizen. And once you understand it, you'll never look at success the same way again. But instead of explaining it with definitions, let me tell you an old Japanese story. Hundreds of years ago, deep in the misty mountains of Japan, hidden among towering cedar trees, stood an ancient dojo that very few people had ever seen. It was the home of an aging samurai known as Master Takeda. His name was whispered across villages, not because he had won the most battles, but because he had never lost control of himself, even when surrounded by enemies, even when staring death in the face. His heart remained as calm as still water. People believed his greatest weapon was not his sword. It was his mind. Young warriors traveled for weeks, hoping to become his student. Most returned home disappointed. The master accepted only those who were willing to learn patience. One crisp autumn morning, a young man named Ren arrived at the gates of the dojo. His clothes were dusty from days of travel. His eyes burned with determination. He bowed deeply before the old samurai and said, "Master, I want to become the greatest swordsman in Japan." Master Takeda looked at him silently for a long moment. Then he asked a question Ren never expected. "How long are you willing to train?" Ren answered confidently, 5 years. The master slowly shook his head. Ren frowned. Then 10 years. The old samurai remained silent. Determined to prove himself, Ren declared, "Then I'll train twice as hard as everyone else." For the first time, the master smiled. "If you train twice as hard, it will take 20 years. Ren stood frozen. He couldn't understand. "Master, how can working harder make me slower?" Without saying another word, Master Takeda picked up a wooden sword and walked outside. He stopped beside a tiny bamboo shoot growing near the edge of the courtyard. Pointing at it, he asked, "If you pull this bamboo every day because you want it to grow faster, what will happen?" Ren answered immediately, "It will die." The old samurai nodded. "Exactly." Then he turned toward Ren. "So why do you keep trying to do the same thing to yourself?" Ren had no answer. The morning breeze carried the sound of rustling bamboo through the mountains. After a long silence, the master finally spoke. "The strongest warrior is not the one who changes overnight. It is the one who becomes just a little better every single day. That is Kaizen." Ren expected his first lesson to begin with a sword. Instead, the old samurai handed him a simple bamboo broom. "Today," he said, "your lesson is to sweep the courtyard." Ren looked down at the broom in disbelief. He had crossed mountains to learn the art of the sword. Yet his first lesson was cleaning fallen leaves. What Ren didn't know was that the greatest lesson of his life had already begun. Moral of the story: the strongest people aren't those who change overnight. They're the ones who improve a little every single day. Success isn't built by one giant leap, but by thousands of small, consistent steps. That's the true meaning of Kaizen. Small improvements, repeated daily, create extraordinary results.